again, so my question is, for a guy like me, who you witnessed for a little bit of time, that you know that I feel like I have a message, I have the passion to put it out, but I don't know how to lay it out in a way that I can get the viewers and the people to receive. So you said you in marketing, so what tools would you get me to use, or would you tell me to use to get better at laying it out? How y'all doing?
I think the first thing you should do is start learning how to journal.
Okay.
Alright, so this is the thing about having a message. It's your message, but you got to get your thoughts clear.
Right.
If you don't have clear thoughts, how you going to try and tell somebody your message? Sure. You know what's going to be going on.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, like, okay, what are we talking about? We lost it 5 minutes ago. So the thing is, before we even open our mouths, we should always take time to journal. Okay. Take time to journal and write out your own thoughts. So now that you get your thoughts clear, sit with it. Bring it to God. But like, yo, how's this sound? This is what I feel like this is my message. Does it align with what you want me to say?
That's fine. That's fine.
See, when you do that, you just align your thoughts with God's thoughts, right. And now you can just create whatever you want. Right. Because you already got the LP from Big Man. The homie just said, yo, I just run that play, bro. I like that. Right. I see the vision. Okay. We align. We see each other.
So journaling.
Make sure your thoughts are clear before you open your mouth.
Take it to God.
Take it to God.
Sit with it.
Sit with it.
Y'all see that? Journaling. Then take it to God and sit with it.
Alright, then from there, right? You say you have a message?
I do.
Okay. Write your message out. Take your journal. This is how I feel. This is where I was. This is where I am. This is where I'm going. Right. Alright?
Say that again.
This is where I was. This is where I am.
Where I'm at.
This is where I'm going.
Okay.
You can always teach someone that same format.
Gotcha.
You can talk to your audience. Hey, I understand how it is to be a barber. I was once just starting out. No one talked to me, and I had to figure it out on my own. But then I had to position myself under the tutelage of X, Y, and Z barbershop. You're now highlighting your ancestors. Right. To say, yo, this is where I learned my skills from. This ain't all about me. I represent somebody that's connected to me. All about you. That's who you connected to. That's why you feel like, yo, where you from? Right. What's your mama name? Yeah. What's your last name, boy? Yo, come over here. I know your daddy. Yeah. And you gonna be like, oh, okay. Right. You gotta act like you know what I'm saying? But if nobody knows you, you just running around, do whatever you want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, once you write out your thoughts, you remember journal. You're now gonna write it out. Get on the computer. I love a pen and pad because now it's more like a
that's the real thing, yeah. Real. You can go back to it.
Man, ain't nothing better than seeing your own penmanship.
Yeah, because even if you misspell shit, you knew what you meant when you wrote it down. So that's why I like it, yeah. I remember my mom, she used to help me with my homework, and she was like, Paul, what that say? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, you wrote it. And I was like, you're right, I did write that shit. I said, listen. So now when I do write, even if I misspell it, I do what I meant. Man. Yeah.
Enjoy those moments because guess what? You see your own penmanship. Seeing and you say, man, you know what? I like the way my handwriting looks to me. I'm gonna write more. Right. Or you might say, I don't even like the way my penmanship looks, man. I'm gonna be better.
Right, that's where I'm at. Yes, sir. I'm all about being
better. Ways how you
win is a win. Yeah.
A win is a win.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're gonna look at it like that. That's one way of self-improvement within itself.
Self-development. I'm all about self-development. So go ahead.
You're seeing your own work.
Right.
Right, by just writing your own thoughts. You're seeing how you feel, man. You know what? I'm gonna get better at that.
Right.
Okay. Now you write your thoughts out. Now we're in form of technology. You take that to ChatGPT. Hey chat, this is how I feel. You're my editor and such and such. You gotta give it prompts. Everything is about prompting.
So explain the prompts on me.
Okay, prompts are more like, okay, I want to give you an identity. So that way you know what role I need you to play in my world. Right. So if I give you certain prompts, now you know you're an editor. Right. You're executive. You're such and such in my world.
Right.
I want you to perform in my world.
Right. Chat.
Yeah, chat. This is what I want. This is your identity. This is my example of what I want.
So you're giving them instructions. Right.
It's almost like you explain this to a child.
Right.
You can't just say to a child, yo, pass me a hammer if the child doesn't even know what a hammer looks like.
So you gotta explain. So with these prompts, you explain to chat what it is you needed to do for with this information I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the more information, the better you could. You don't want to go all over the place with it, but you want to give it detailed information, so that way it's allowing to get the best result for you.
Okay. Then it's just on a format what you gave it to the best way for an audience to receive.
Yeah. And I also like to ask chat and say things to it like, ask me any questions or give me any suggestions that you feel like I might be missing. Like, we all like blindsides.
Yeah.
You can't see your shadow all the time, right?
No.
You can't, because sometimes, depending on where the sun is located, you gotta look back and say, there goes my shadow. So it's the same thing with a blind side.
Right.
You always have something around you to be like, okay, what am I not seeing? What am I not paying attention to? Okay? So you use the technology to assist you in you having more perspective or more vision about what you're trying to get done.
Yeah.
Alright, so don't be afraid of technology. Use it to your best ability.
Absolutely. I was a little scared for a while, but I'm getting more comfortable, man. So we start with the camera. That's why we're in front of it, man.
So this right now, this is high technology.
Yeah.
But guess what? Somebody right now, the information inside that phone, our ancestors was over there shaking the same rock saying this is going to protect me one day from these people that's going to try to take my land. I can communicate with my homie and be like, yo, they're coming. Those are the same minerals that came out the dirt.
Right, yeah. Everything was already in.
Now we high technology. It's all the same shit, bro. That's all I'm saying is how you use it.
Right.
So that's how I look at information now. Like, we building right now. We have a conversation.
Yeah.
I was curious about you being on camera because I'm like, I got a message.
Yeah.
How we going to be able to connect with one another? My message is to help my fellow man be better every day he is.
Appreciate it, and this is my first day out here recording like this. And my man straight help me out, man. So it's meant to be. It's meant. You can't stop me, man. It's meant to be, man. He gonna get the information to me, man. God always send them to me. Always. That's why I say I'm always gonna be good, man. All I gotta do is take that first step, man.
Exactly.
I appreciate that, man.
I think that's truly what you just said. I look at life like this, right? Like, check this out. We have so many versions of ourselves that we don't even see how great we are. Like, so you just come out the womb and just survive. Children die every day. You could be born and die. You don't mean that you're going, just because you took a breath, don't mean you're going to live a long life.
Yeah.
You're going to live into your 90s. So that time that you're given, you got to use it as just like, okay, that was a version of me. But my next step got to be the best step.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, I gotta identify with a higher version of myself. And whatever it is, maybe it's just with you. And you say, well, you know what? And you have enough self-love for you to say, you know what? I'm worthy of that, so I'm going to do it for myself. Alright?
Yes, sir.
So if you say, like, I'm worthy of that, so therefore I'm going to put in the work every day because I'm doing it for myself. I'm truly worthy of my own inheritance, which is the best of life. Yes, sir. That's your inheritance, the best of life, the best health, the best relationships, the best experiences you can have, the best time you can have in your life is truly when you look around and you smile when you're alive.
While we at the park, man, you always gonna see me smiling at the park, man. I love it up here,
so
man.
Just to be able to just look around and for no fucking reason just start smiling like, I love it.
Where I live at, man. I live right there, man.
If you can't just smile just because you're alive,
sometimes my frustration, like I'm always a good, outgoing, happy person, but my frustration is like the boundaries we put up on ourselves just to smile and have a good time. It's like, no, it gotta be in this way. I gotta be here. I gotta wear this and that. He's like, what? Just come to the park, like the sun out, the breeze.
This is the thing. It's not for everybody, though.
What? Smiling ain't for everybody?
No.
Love it? Well, okay, go ahead and tell me why. I just feel I know why you want to do it.
I'm gonna say this to you. Because it's free.
You don't respect the free?
No. How God bless
I respect this God, so keep sending them to me.
Like, it's something that's so free, it's liberating. It's freeing.
Yeah.
It's free and it's freeing, meaning that it's so free that all you gotta do by you just practicing smiling, you're sending signals in your own body to say, you know what? I'm good. I'm happy. Your chemicals in your body changes just because you're practicing smiling. Like, if you ever tried this thing called like laugh medicine, you could laugh yourself to health. Just
I need to laugh more, man. You ain't laughing enough.
Yeah, like you ever laugh? Have you ever, like, when I was a shorty, like, you ever laugh so hard your ribs hurt?
Yes, sir.
Please
stop.
Like, yo,
please stop me.
Like, you rolling over because your cousin said so.
Yeah, I got to walk away from you. I can't stop me. Yes,
bro. You up there like,
I live for the moment. I remember them, all of them.
And you wish you had that on camera, so you could relive that moment over and over again, right?
I just got memories coming back now.
Yeah, but now
like
it's so freeing, bro. Laughter is something that heals you. That's why you gotta be around the right people. Because if you scrunch up all day,
yeah. But it's like, you know what?
You be looking at yourself.
I came from the project, the hood. It's like you gotta put on that face. So that's why I skate here, so I can be like this, because you know what I mean. Nigga might think you're a pussy in the street. Or
alright, that's cool. But guess what, though? You can think whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's your opinion. But you might get fucked up thinking that, though.
Yeah.
Or you might just need. Somebody might change your life and say, you know what, brother, I understand because I see myself in you. I was once like that. It depends on how they take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not on me. It's how you want to take it. I'm just going to be me.
Right.
I'm not going to dim my life.
Just be you. Don't dim your life for nobody. If you in the hood or you in Hollywood.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of times we've been forced into these identities, and that's why I focus a lot when I talk to people. My thing is this. Whatever you identify with, that's what you have in your life turns out to become. So if you're
universal identity over here, man. I gotta be big. I can't not just black business, not just black, not good love, man. Identity with like big God, not no small boxes, man. Cause you can do that overnight. You can break those boundaries overnight, and you gonna feel stuck and frustrated. So always dream big, man. Cosmic, universal, God, anything big, so you can feel free. You know what I mean? You want to be free, so I do like that. I do like that. I love that, man.
Yeah, that's the vision I roll on, because I think about my identity and whatever I identify with, like,
so what are some of the things you identify with?
Oh,
so that people might see this, for example. Your little transparency. Come on, that's in the camera, yo. This is whatever you comfortable with.
I'm a transformer. I'll give y'all that. I'm a transformer.
So let's explain what a transformer is.
Alright. Whenever someone's around me, I give them time and space. You know, like I give them a certain amount of my time and a certain amount of my space, because I recognize like this. If I see you, it's because you trying to get here. Where you was, where you are, where you going. Right? So somewhere along that line, you're gonna come across me and you're gonna share something with me. And because I know who I am, my intuition gonna kick in and say certain things. You be like, yo, I was just thinking that. How you know? And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I ain't gonna let you know I know.
Right.
I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen, say what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna say, now, I might give you what I'm gonna give you. Whatever you take and whatever you use it is on you. I'm not forcing on you.
Right.
I could just say like certain things. The camera was not on.
Right.
I said certain things to you. You said, hold on, let me put the camera on. And I was like, okay.
Well, no, I'm not trying to go viral like that. That's not me. You know what I mean?
So
I can mess up on camera. You know, I got something.
It's all good. No. What I mean by that is this, right? Everything ain't for the camera.
Okay.
Sometimes things are just for you.
Yeah.
I had to learn that. Like sometimes when I had my people come into my world, and they was telling me things, I was like, whoa. I was like, ain't no way you know that, because I don't tell everybody everything. So for you to say that to me out of nowhere, I want to capture that on camera, and somehow my phone would die just before I'm going to meet them. I couldn't capture it. I'll be so upset. I'll be like, why didn't I carry two phones? I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my iPhone, I'm going to carry two phones. And then something would always that I'm going to meet them, and I could not have my phone because I wanted to. It was so powerful that even for me, I had to humble myself underneath it to say, what the fuck is this? I ain't never had nobody talk to me like this, because I already know my energy. I know me. So somebody as powerful as I am, how I see myself, and somebody could make me humble myself and say, thank you, God, for sending this person in my life.
Humble me, man. Humble me.
I just automatically say, okay, it's not for the camera.
Gotcha.
So when you say, let me put the camera on, I'm not going to give the camera everything.
Okay.
I'll give you certain things, but I won't give everything to everyone. That's why he said certain things you identify with.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell them everything.
Yeah.
I'll just tell them one thing. I know I'm a transformer.
Okay.
Everybody that I know that I ever, they always say, okay. And next thing I know, years later, it's more like, yo, that's my homie. And I ain't got to brag about
it. Yeah, I know, man.
I'll just be chilling, just be like, yeah.
Man,
your favorite rapper, your favorite chef, your favorite whatever,
writer, anything, like, whatever.
You can learn from everybody. Everybody got some game, man.
I'll put these people in your world for a reason.
Oh, you cross paths for a reason, you know what I mean? So I'm happy I crossed this path, man, because, like, he definitely, I'm souped up, man. I'm going to go to work today and kill it today, so it's going to be some fire cuts, man, because I'm going to be running on this all day, man.
Yeah, man. Just believe in your power, man.
Definitely,
like I said, like, the thing that I really want to pass on to everybody is, like, the true identity is what you should be tapping into more than anything.
Okay. How would people find their true identity? With some ways?
I just told you from the very beginning. Start journaling.
Journaling? This is always the same. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Take it to God.
Take it to God.
Sit on it. You know what I'm saying?
Simple. Even a dummy can figure that out. Come on.
Oh, bro. It's free.
And all the biggest things I ever did in my life has been that simple. You know what I'm saying? Get back in shape. Like I say, I start off with the walking hundreds, 40 pull-ups, and 40 dips, and I blow straight back up. So it's always some simple, but the hardest thing for most people, I believe, is the repetition, to stay consistent, to stay disciplined, to stay down, to come out here every morning and do things like this. So it's so simple, but it's so hard, because all you need is miss one day for you to break the routine.
But this is the thing, though. Bro, don't be afraid to fail.
No, what? I say, man, the only way to get it right is to get it wrong. That's why I straight turn it on. I mean, you learn it. But I'm saying wrong to connect with people who think that. I know what you're saying. Like, it's just a lesson to me. I'm just learning more ways to do it.
Alright, so like this. I look at it like this, right? What if I told you you already won?
I believe I already won, though.
Okay.
Yeah. See, me, you don't gotta convince me. I wake up on this. I'm just saying. Every day I wake up, I say, God, if this the best my life could be,
I'm gonna hit you with something.
It's already 100. I'm already on 100.
So this. I'm gonna leave y'all with this then. I want y'all to run. If you already won, if I told you, open your wallet, and when you see your wallet, you're gonna have $100 million check inside your wallet right now. And all you gotta do, I told you, when you open your wallet, it's gonna be there. But when you open your wallet, you gotta act as if it's already there, right? Now, when you act as if it's there, if you know you got $100 million check in your wallet, right? If someone step on your Jordans that cost you $200, you gonna be upset?
No.
Alright? And someone bumped you in the street because, they didn't see you or whatever, they didn't recognize you or whatever, are you gonna be upset?
No.
If your baby mother say, you fat motherfucker, that's like you ain't shit, and you a deadbeat daddy, or you looking at your baby father and you like, bitch, I hate you, that's why you a fat hoe, and that's why you out here doing all da-da-da, you gonna be upset?
Some might be, but I won't. I'm single.
Why would you?
I mean, I already won. I wouldn't be.
They don't know that you got this $100 million check in your pocket, right? So they could say whatever you want, and all you're looking at is this person's editing himself out of your life. That's all they're doing.
Right.
Hey, you know what? I want to talk to you about something. How can we be better people that are, man, fuck out my face, you bitch.
Okay.
They come with that negative energy. That's also your thoughts. That's your feelings about yourself. And that comes out into people that's in your universe. See, you don't think you won, so that's why your thoughts already roam negatively. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we all deal with that because sometimes we up and sometimes we down.
Right.
But when you see yourself as a winner, you're gonna act like a winner.
Right.
You know what I mean? The little things you're gonna be like, bro, I'm not even on that no more, bro. I'm on how am I gonna make this 100 million turn to like 2 billion, bro? Because bro, I got this blessing in my pocket. Oh my God, man! Like, woo! Bro, if you only knew I had this $100 million, you wouldn't be talking to God like that right now. But guess what? You don't know I'm a winner, so that's why you acting crazy.
Right.
But I know I'm a winner, so I'm not gonna respond like a loser. I'm gonna respond like a winner.
And they can be a winner too. That's the whole thing, right? That's the whole thing.
Right.
But
you don't have to argue, or you don't have to fool yourself. You don't have to lose the vibration of you being a winner. That's why the identity piece comes in.
Right.
When you identify with something, you cut away certain things you don't even identify with no more.
Right.
Like when you say, yo, bro, when I was in college, bro, we drank like a motherfucker. But now I got a kid. I got children. I can't have my children looking at me drinking all the time.
Yeah.
I no longer identify with that younger version of myself. So guess what? Daddy, do you drink? No, I do not.
Yeah. I'm celebrating 13 years this year. This August the 9th, I'll be 13 years sober. Not to drink or wine or even a fake beer in 13 years.
See, I never do that.
So I'm in sobriety. I'm in sobriety for alcohol. Yes, indeed.
I love that.
That's right. 13 years strong, 2 DUIs. Had to change my life around.
And that's the transformation we're talking about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't know nothing about the 2 DUIs. I didn't talk about that. But I'm just saying, the younger version of yourself, that was what you were into.
Yeah.
That's also your message you need to be telling the
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
Bro, I had that. I had that problem, bro. I'm not perfect.
I had CDL in the process of it.
CDL is $100 million, $110 million business. If you look at it, everything's on transportation. I mean, everything. If it's in your house, if it's on your body, it came through some type of transportation.
Boat, train, and truck.
To get to you.
Boat, train, and truck.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We talk about these things to let you know we're not perfect.
Right.
We're all in some transformation point of view. Or way of life.
Transformation, man. I got to journal that. Transformation. Yes, sir.
So you got to ask yourself, hey, what are some things I got to put down in order to pick up this thing?
Give up something for something better. Give up something for something better.
Nah, bro, we're not giving up. We're not giving up.
No, I'm saying like a bad habit, giving up a bad habit.
Bro, I don't give up, bro.
What you do?
When I give up is when I lose.
So what would you call if a person that's drinking and they want to stop drinking?
They let go of that identity.
So let go. Not give up, but let go.
Yeah, why you giving up? That's like you giving up on yourself, on life. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm letting go of that because no longer serves me. I don't need that in my life. Why am I going to hold on to that?
My life was shitty when I used to drink. I ain't gonna lie. I had some good times.
That needs to be your message to the people.
I had some good times, but man, overall, in the future, I mean, on a bigger scale, it did more harm in my life than I can ever think of the benefits I ever
got. So I'm
got.
gonna ask you a question. Yeah, we got the camera in front of us right now, right? Tell me one high and one low you drink.
One high and one low. The high would say is...
You felt like you was on top of the world, like...
Yeah, when I was just...
Tell me the environment, what was going on?
Always club scene and women.
Ooh, talk about that.
So like, just...
Cause that long beard, folks, that's how he got that beard. Ask him how he got that beard. He's gonna tell you later. My beard...
Look up on camera when it comes!
My beard ain't like that.
It'll take long, look. It'll take long for people to get from it.
His beard, though, right? He gonna tell you how he...
I
barber tips.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, one.
What? The women did what?
The high with the drinking was choppers. Man, Wednesday night happy hour. Drinking, my confidence was through the roof.
Ooh,
no woman couldn't tell me nothing. Man, I was reckless. I was disrespectful, but it was working.
What was your line? What was your pickup line? What was you say? You see it fine. What was your type?
What was the line?
Your whole
okay, so my type.
You go through. You go through his clothes. You know he got his beard, right? You know he a barber, right? So he had to go get the fresh line up.
All right, so look.
He already had his clothes.
So let me lay it out.
Prepare for Saturday.
So, yeah.
You know he got that cash.
All my shit was already
shit came through the store. Some nigga came through with some new Jordans that he just stole out of Foot Locker. He had that. Tell him how you had it.
So this how I had it. I wasn't a barber then, I was driving trucks, so I did have the bread. But I go home after a good Friday, get paid, put my clothes on, hit my man, tell you, what's up, boy? We hitting over Choppers, yeah, we going. So we pre-game. We probably go get a paint, sit on my mother front, we sit there and drink. Then we go over there and get in there for free. Man, by that time I get my first little wine inside Choppers. Man, my confidence was through the roof. So my type is, I like them slim. I don't care height, tall, whatever. I don't have a color preference, but I do like pretty women. I don't know, I'm biased. So whatever I consider pretty is pretty. But definitely slim, petite. And yeah, I ain't really have, like my game always be like, you just had to look at me, I knew it was a go. and I'm going, I'm going at him. You know, I'm all for a drink, and you know, drunk people don't make good decisions. So, yeah, it was easy. Yeah, we definitely were some shots. The drunker the better. Yeah, she was leaning in the corner, I'm on. I hope none of this come back and bite their ass, but I'm being transparent. You know what I mean? But, yeah, but look, okay. So that's the high. So that happened. But now on the low. So now the low is leaving that club and gotta drive 45 minutes to where I live. And now I'm running to the back of your girl car. And they coming home from another event with your baby in there. So that's bad. So now this the low. This a DUI. My second one was the lowest one because the girl I was dating at the time, man, she had just bought the car. I drove her, I had my truck at her house, but I took her car. Man, I wrecked the damn girl car, man. She had just told me, like, yeah, all my baby fathers always crash the car. So in my mind, I'm like, fuck, them niggas lame. I would never crash the car. You know what I mean? Where crash the chick car, did all that, still end up breaking up with the chick. You know what I mean? I was so low, bro. Like, and that's what I feel every time I think about somebody. Be like, yo, don't you miss drinking? I be like, I think about crashing that girl car, and I still like pay her bread back. It's been probably about 10 years. I'm gonna pay you your money, and on God, I'm gonna pay you your money. So then I crashed that $1 million check that he put in my wallet. Remember?
I just gave him $100 million.
I'm sorry, $100 million. Correct.
Don't cut me short. I give blessings, bro. I don't cut people short.
Say how God talk. He say don't short me.
Yeah, don't short me, bro.
$100 million. I'm gonna pay her. I'm gonna pay her, but.
$1 million? My dad had $1 million.
My bad. $100 million.
$1 million ain't enough.
Yeah, $100 million. But yeah, man, that's my low. And sometimes occasionally I think about it just to remind myself, like that humble pie you talking about, being humble. I humble myself intentionally just to make sure, because I know life is going well for me, but I don't want it to get, you know, to a point I start feeling like a drink. I'm drugged now and I'm acting crazy. So, and then with people like you coming in the midst.
So I got a question for you. Alright. So when you had to face that woman, right? How was your confidence then? Why you ain't just like, yeah, I drank, I did that, I'm gonna pay you back, I'm gonna put everything, you know, make everything right.
Because by that time, yeah. Good morning. Good. So yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, my confidence then it was low because this was my second DUI, and the first DUI I said it would never happen again.
You said it would never happen again.
Yeah, I'll never have another DUI. I mean, I said this to my mom, my close friends and family, and again, like I say, when I want to get moving or doing stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you talking about?
Yeah. Slim with the dog. Be mindful, yeah.
He's showing you something.
Yeah. That's why I only talk good. That's why I got my own barbershop. I work for myself. I live by my battery going down. That's cool. We good. Yeah, but yeah, my confidence was real low, man. I felt like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even a financial place to really just replace her car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was hurtful. To this day, I promise you, I still feel like shit about that. Because I'm a man. Like, I ain't a guy that fuck other people's stuff up and can't replace it. That's why I make sure everything I have, I try to have it of my own.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying about the highs and the lows, about our decisions and our identity, right? So when we're feeling good because we want to have that confidence, that's what we felt like the alcohol or whatever, to talk to women, to express yourself, to be yourself with women, that allows you just to be in a normal state of what you consider to be just a confident version of myself.
Right.
I have my chest out.
See me coming. I got my clothes right. I smell good.
Yeah.
I look good.
Good night.
Yeah, you already saw me.
You would have gave it a signal.
Right. Order.
Yeah, I'm there.
Right.
All right. So with all that being said, take that same feeling and transform that into something else that you feel confident.
Right.
So you a barber, that's why I said take that same confidence in how you apply yourself approaching this camera, how you apply yourself in your business, how you apply yourself as a father, how you apply yourself as a brother, how you apply yourself as just anyone, because that's your identity. Whatever you're identifying with, have that same confidence in that same way, knowing that I'm drunk off of my confidence. You know what I'm saying? What you see is me because I'm drunk off of me.
I remember my actual highest moment, I was a kid, right? I was maybe about 13. 13, 14, and this where like kind of guys was in the neighborhood, they first started drinking. Like growing up, I wasn't a kid that wanted to do it before. Like I took my first drink when I graduated high school. That was the first time I had a drink. But prior to that, I was like the type that was like, man, I never drink and never smoke, but I was a happy kid. And when you ever heard the term like being high off life?
Yeah.
Man, that's my actual high. I remember one day they were like trying to tell me like, yeah, Paul, why don't you take a drink? I'm like, oh, yo. They like, boy, look like you had something now. I'm like, yo, I'm high off life, but I was just so happy.
All right, so check this out. All right. So everything we just talked about, you just concise that into this sentence right here. I was already high off for life at a young age. When you were already innocent and free, you were high off for life. You didn't have no one wait on you. You didn't have nobody baggage telling you, yo, you got to be like this. This is what a man look like. This is how you got to holler at girls. This is how you got to treat these hoes. This is what a gangster look like. This is what a man. You ain't got none of that. You were just you. Right. So you got to erase all of that. Journal. Get your thoughts clear. Maybe go to therapy. A lot of people need therapy. You know, talk to somebody.
Women go a lot of.
You know, no, I'm just being honest with you.
So I'm just saying, like, women so quick to say everybody needs therapy, bro. I think that's therapy.
It is. That's why we have this conversation. I don't mind sharing this.
Me either. And I'm transparent. I'll tell you all my lows. Yeah, I got nothing to hide. I live in my truth.
I never really. This is my first time even talking.
You like a star already. Give me, look like your interview. My bad. This is show. Give me your hand. Where can they find you, man, for more game, man?
I'll holler at you.
My man, okay.
But I'll just say this to you, seriously. Thank you for this because
thank you.
Full transparency. Once again, we started because I was curious about how you were engaging with your audience. You were first showing me your fitness. That's who you are. You got the guns, you got the muscles, you got the charisma to say, hey, this is how I take care of myself, how I identify with myself. You're a winner. Just by showing up, showing love in yourself, that's winner tactics, bro. So that's winner mentality. You know what I mean? That's why Kobe could look at people and be like, bro, you ain't trying to win. You don't love yourself enough.
It's a different mentality, man.
Like, I love being a mama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna take that last shot. Fuck you, man. I was practicing in the gym. You was in the club, nigga.
Bro,
that's what make us different, man. I'm out in the park, man. Talk to brothers like him, man. Giving me game,
That's why I look at that and I was just like, yo, Kobe loved himself. When people love themselves, they cut themselves off with certain mentality, certain identity. And you say, bro, I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
I am a winner.
So that's how I look at it. Everything I really, if I could just leave this to this audience right now, I would really tell y'all, identify with yourself, do that, and be truthful to yourself. The words come out your mouth will always be truthful to everybody else. But if you can't be true to yourself, how you gonna be true to the fellow man that's around you?
It ain't gonna work. It don't even add up. It
can't add church up. For real, man. It's
not gonna add up, bro. If I know I'm lying, I'm saying to myself, you know I'm a liar.
I think the biggest sin in the world is to lie to yourself.
Bro, you lie to yourself every day.
You should try not to. You got to be honest.
No,
you
got
to
be. Thing, bro.
So you saying you gotta lie to yourself?
No, what I'm saying to yourself is this: there's a part of you that identifies as a liar, so that's why you a lie.
Oh, okay.
There's a part of someone that identifies as a thief, so there's nothing for them to steal.
Right.
There's a part of someone that identifies as a killer, right. So there's nothing for them to kill. You know what I'm saying? Another man was like, I'm not a killer, so he's not going to identify as a killer. That's my brother come up.
Okay, what's happening, man? How you feeling, brother?
Come here. You know you got to sit down.
Yeah, this say one time, good brother. Nigga, God talking to us today. Don't do God like that, man.
That's one of my bros right there. The same way we build right now. You know, we do the same thing, you know. So I'll just say this, you know, your identity is what really makes how you act.
Right.
How you treat yourself and how you treat others.
I agree.
If you identify with
a certain mentality, your actions will straight align with that mentality, bro, because you see it every day through how we identify through, if someone's a rapper, they act like a rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a rapper.
So I identify love, self-development, God. I tell myself this, I am a God. I say the presence of God operates in me. I got control. I use God. We're a partnership. Like, that's all my self-identity is all about self-improvement. So you know, eventually I'll be able to get to the point and just really just sit and talk to the camera. And most of the things of what you're saying that I feel like I align with, I be already saying the same things. Because long before I ever got on the camera saying these things, I always repeat these things in my head. You know what I mean? As far as the journaling thing, I know I'm going to do that differently now. I do a journal occasionally, but I should do it more often. Now that I feel like I'm going to be on content more, I will be implementing these tools, chat. I remember the 3, past, present, future. You know what I'm saying? Sit with my thoughts.
I'm gonna do this for you, bro. I normally give it to my bros, right? So now we bros. I already made a journal. I'm gonna give you my journal.
Okay.
Alright? It's a simple thing. Make sure you identify with your identity. Make sure you identify with your thoughts. And just do it every day. Just like I said, just be consistent with it.
Right.
Because every day you're gonna have a thought, right? I'm gonna just pass that on to you.
And I appreciate him stopping through, man. Again, what's your name?
My name is Sarkis.
Marcus? Sarkis. I'm sorry, Sarkis. Appreciate it. Y'all know me, man. E-Love, man. And we out. Appreciate y'all.
You be dragging on this beat.